Hi, everyone. Thanks for sticking around on a Monday. We all appreciate it. My name is Sarah. As Lynn just said, I am a PhD candidate here at the University of Melbourne in human-robot interaction, which means that basically I spend all my time trying to understand how humans interact with robots and honestly, vice versa, robots interact with humans. But before that, I worked for several mental health startups where I looked into how technology can support mental health through, for instance, a meditation app or through online meditation sessions and mindfulness sessions during COVID. But enough about me, because today is not about me. It's actually about Ben. So let me tell you his story. Ben is a 20-year-old guy who grew up in Brunswick, so not far from here, and who is currently studying environmental science at UniMelb. Ben has always been very passionate about the environment. Growing up, he used to spend all his time in nature, and in school, he helped run a recycling program. Ben is the kind of person who genuinely cares and who thrives to do something meaningful with his life. Since he started uni, he really wants to stay informed and to contribute to climate action on a much, much bigger scale. So Ben started to read the news on a daily basis and to follow leading voices on social media to keep track of everything that is going on and to be part of digital activism. About a year ago, Ben began to constantly feel uneasy and on edge. He would scroll through the latest updates, bushfires, floods, political failures, and he would feel this anxiety building up. He couldn't stop, but he also couldn't really take it anymore. Recently, besides all the daily negative news, his friends have started talking a lot about not having children. They say that this world is not the right place to raise kids. And honestly, who knows how the future will look like, right? With everything that is going on in the world, Ben has been struggling to sleep. It is impossible for him to switch off. And the moment he's lying down, his mind starts racing. And to be honest, I can relate. Ben constantly feels tense, worried, and most of all, hopeless. Because the feelings that Ben is experiencing are termed climate anxiety, which basically translates to the fear of environmental doom. So with the support of the Wattle Fellowship, I really wanted to help Ben. Building on my background in human-computer interaction, I asked myself, there we go, how can I help Ben? More specifically, how do we moderate climate anxiety when so much of it is triggered by the one thing we constantly have with us, our phones? The headlines we read, the feeds we scroll, the content we get hit with daily. How do we give back control and agency to Ben without shame, guilt, or some digital detox attitude? With my team, which currently consists of Songyan, an amazing researcher and software developer, and Lina, an expert in smartphone intervention, we are currently building a smartphone app co-designed with and for people like Ben. The idea is to create frictions that interrupt compulsive doom scrolling, but in a way that actually speaks to Ben and his friends, to how they think and to what drives them. No motivational quotes, no guilt tripping, promised. To help Ben have the resources, I got you, to help Ben have the resources to continue to care, to be resilient, and to be able to contribute to climate action in the long term. Well, surprise. Just to be clear, Ben isn't real. But he sort of also kind of is. Ben is the virtual representation of hundreds of thousands of people in Australia and the world turning to social media for advocacy and information to combat climate change. 81% of Australian Gen Z uni students report that they are significantly concerned about climate change, and many are experiencing serious climate anxiety. Gen Z is especially vulnerable for doom scrolling and climate anxiety since they're not just the most digitally connected generation, but also the most affected by the emotional strain of climate emergency. I might not be Gen Z, and I'm also not Ben, but I can definitely relate, and maybe so can you. With Wattle, I receive and we receive the support to design and build an app that hopefully empowers people to be able to show up for climate action and support their mental health. Thank you.